I think of myself essentially as a regional writer, South Africa being my region. I'm very homesick now, particularly because things are happening so fast back home. My dependence on South Africa is a very, very deep one and a very critical one. In fact, I have tried without any success to write plays outside of South Africa, but even that I can't manage. I always have to return to South Africa when it is time to sit down and write a new work.
Athol Fugard's newest work, presented by the New York Theater Workshop, is called My Children, My Africa, and it features Fugard's daughter, Lisa. Set in 1984 during a particularly violent period of unrest, it focuses on young people and on the human capacity for hope.
There just can't be any question that the 90s is going to be the decade of democracy. And it looks as if, in spite of the prophets of doom, South Africa might in fact pull off a move towards a truly integrated and free society without the bloodbath that so many people have been forecasting over the years.
Had you not been forecasting that yourself?
Well, I've alternated. I've had periods of extreme despondency and despair about the situation in South Africa, and I must admit that there were times when I think I went on record as saying that the only way out of the situation in South Africa was violence, and but it looks as if it looks as if I was wrong.
When I want to cry, you want to laugh.
Cry.
Something hurt. Wasn't just your fist.
More than 20 years ago, Fugard wrote Busman and Lena, presented here by Montclair's Whole Theater. It draws a bleak picture of human loneliness and alienation.
Busman and Lena is a very different sort of play to the current one, My Children, My Africa. Busman and Lena is a very personal play, and in a sense, although the socio-political background of South Africa is there behind the drama on stage, the drama is really intensely focused on that relationship.
You don't know what it's like behind you, Busman. Look back someday. It's me, that thing you drag along the roads. My life.
Busman and Lena are South African archetypes, but their oppressive relationship, Fugard has said, was also a portrait of how he believes he used to emotionally bully his own wife. For Fugard, writing is a cathartic experience, and he has used the platform of the stage to bear witness to his own personal history and to the history of his country.
I feel profoundly ashamed of what my fellow countrymen have done over the years, my fellow white South Africans, their ignorance, their calculated acts of violence and barbarity and prejudice. I feel profoundly ashamed of it, but I don't see myself as carrying the cross, as it were, you know, up the hill to my... No, I know what I'm responsible for in my life, because I'm a very great sense of what personal responsibility is all about. I finally worked that one out for myself. And no, the responsibilities I carry are in terms of my own life and my own actions.
I know how Americans think of you, and is the prophet without honor in his own land?
No, I'm accorded now a lot of respect in my own country. Certainly officialdom does. I mean, compared with, say, 15 years ago when the South African government really bullied me quite a lot, took away my passport and things like that. Now they treat me with a lot of respect. No, I've got no complaints.
As writer, director, and actor, Fugard's career has been shaped by a handful of long-standing working relationships, with the Yale Repertory Theater and artistic director Lloyd Richards, for example, and with actor Zakes Mokai, who played Sam in Master Harold and the Boys, and who co-starred with the playwright in Fugard's first major work, The Blood Knot. The friendship in these collaborations is palpable on stage.
And that is on the basis of having arrived at a real understanding of what my kind of theatre is about, what my writing is about, what my rhythms as a writer are about. Those sort of deep relationships pay off.
Fugard is in the process of building that kind of working relationship with his daughter, and it is within the realm of his work, of his art, that Athol Fugard feels the most complete.
The best of me is invested in my work. When I sit at my desk, for example, writing a new play, or when I try to work with actors in a theatre or in a rehearsal room, I take on a discipline in terms of the truth that I regrettably don't match in my private life as an ordinary human being. I'm ruthless with myself when I'm working. My standards in terms of honesty are fairly absolute. I can't say the same about Athol Fugard, the ordinary man.